step 2 of this delicious dessert with the one and only Chef Christopher, who is working to show us how to make this dark chocolate sauce that goes over our chocolate mousse and
chocolate mousse and meringue.
Meringue. I was like, what was the other one? I forgot. Chocolate. So now we're going to do.
We're going to finish the chocolate mousse and the meringue, and I'm just adding a little cocoa. This was our butter and chocolate mixture. Now we're going to take. We've got double the amount of egg whites, so just throw some in there, maybe half. Yeah. Now I'm just going to fold a little bit of this in, and then I'm going to mix it a little more. And this is our chocolate mousse, and it's going to look a little loose from the beginning, but it'll get nice and firm. No, this is fine.
Oh, okay.
And so we got that mixed like that.
I bet you hear people tell you all the time that mousse is too hard to make.
No,
it kind of gets a bad rap, I think, sometimes.
It's actually very easy. We just tell you that in the kitchen as chefs, so we can charge you more. And you'll never try to make it at home. It's like soufflés. They always say soufflés so difficult.
Well, I always like when you go to the places, they say, well, we have this like warm molten lava, yada, 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 and I need you to make a decision right now if you want it, because it takes a long time to warm it up.
Well, that's another thing, too, because you can pre-make those, keep them wet inside, liquid, and then you just put them back in the oven for a few seconds. But see, sometimes after dinner, you're full.
I know, you feel like you missed the opportunity.
Now you're obligated to have that dessert, so, that's another, 5, 10, whatever.
That's an upsell right there.
It's a pre-sell.
Your pre-upsell.
So we've used a coffee cup or any kind of mold, and to get it out of the mold, I put a little piece of saran wrap in, and then we throw that in the freezer. And you do this a day ahead of time. And once it's frozen a day ahead of time, you just take it out, and you can just warm up the sides in a little water, but you can pop it right out, and that's going to come out. In the last segment, I'll show you what to do with that. And now we have some leftover egg whites, right? And this is our meringue, and this is where we put all the sugar in it. So.
Sorry, I was moving it towards you.
Oh, she goes, I'm tired of doing that. You were doing it before we went on. So I'm putting sugar in. When you're doing egg whites, when they get like 3/4 stiff, you add a little bit of sugar, and it'll help them come up a little bit more and keep them stable. And then add the rest of the sugar, and we whip this so it's stiff. And this is our meringue, and we add the cocoa. You wouldn't have to add cocoa, but we want chocolate meringue.
Now, when you're trying to make the different kinds of meringues that have different colors, say like you're doing, tables, like a dessert table, and you're doing all things pink or all things orange or whatever. Is it you just use the egg white color and you put like a food coloring in?
Well, there's a couple of things you can do. You can use the food coloring, and then have you ever been to the store and you see those freeze-dried or strawberries and stuff like that? They're like like little chips and snacks. You can take those and put them in a coffee mill and powder them.
Oh, okay. And that'll give it just a lighter. And
it'll give them the flavor of the strawberry or whatever flavor you want, and it'll also give the color.
Okay. Good suggestion.
Now, this is my pastry bag made out of paper because I forgot to bring a pastry bag.
You would have had me fooled. You didn't even have to kind of give the disclaimer.
Well, it's just because it's so small. And
Stephanie size.
And it's messy. So what we're doing is on that piece of paper over there, let's see here if I can, and you just put some like non-stick spray or something, and this is really going to be messy, but I'm just going to go for it, and you just do strips.
Now the traditional way that we probably have seen them before would be like the little circle and like a dollop up, right?
And you could do that too. We could make a little round one for the base of our chocolate mousse. But this is going to be, it's going to look like a little porcupine when we're done.
Okay.
So that goes in the oven.
So this goes to this.
To about 200 degrees till they're crispy. And that you can make a day ahead of time. So what we got now is we've done 2 sauces.
To get them crispy, though, how long would that take?
About an hour and a half.
Okay, because it's so low.
Yeah, it's just so they're dried out. And you can make the little circles if you want. And if you do the little circles, and you can then put ice cream in between, and that makes a nice dessert as well.
I like that.
And you can use either one of these sauces.
Are you missing a bowl?
Pardon?
Are you missing a bowl?
Oh.
Is it okay to eat
I
this
needed
before
it to
it's
finish.
done?
I can't finish now.
You really did?
I really did. Gosh.
I thought you said I could lick the bowl.
It's all yours.
I'm sharing with everyone. They like it.
While you work on this kind of presentation, I do want to make sure that we show a little bit of video because for prospective people, you're at the Biltmore. If they're familiar with, is it Macy's and the Mac store? You're kind of...
We're right between Macy's and Saks, and we're the only restaurant on the north side of the mall that has free parking.
Well, there you go. Good point.
She's pointing her finger at me now, too.
It's a girl thing.
So this is the inside. The ambiance, how would you describe it?
I think it's very contemporary. We get a lot of compliments that, especially that it looks like a restaurant out of New York or Los Angeles or something. It has a warm feeling. We have a nice kind of cozy lounge on one side, separate from the restaurant. And then the restaurant separates in different rooms, so if you want private dining as well, we can do that.
The private, I love the table in that.
All around the kitchen? All right off the kitchen.
Yes. What kind of table? Where'd you get that?
That's
gorgeous.
That's called C144. You know what that means? It's Christopher Gross.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Well, I need to shop with C144.
But that's all around the kitchen. You can watch us all cook and stuff like that.
Exactly. It's a really cool ambiance. We're going to provide information on how you can get there, and we're going to wrap everything up here, Andy, minus a little bit of the ingredients that we might have needed to give it,
Yeah, I don't know how I can finish
all that we had
now.
to give, Andy.
Okay. I got some friends.
Oh, jeez.
That's good. Have to? I don't know if it's supposed to be cooked or not, but...
I feel better.
Here, take that over there. Save it for me. I'll be right there.
It's going to be gone.
Okay. Hey, you may drive by.